I'm going to show you something right now that most homeowners will never believe until they see it with their own eyes. 1 cup, mixed into a gallon of water, sprayed across your entire lawn. And within 48 hours, every broadleaf weed you have is dead dandelions, clover, plantain, chickweed, ground ivy, all of it, gone. Meanwhile, your grass doesn't just survive. It comes out the other side darker, thicker, and greener than it was before you sprayed anything. That sentence alone sounds like a lie. A powder that kills one plant and feeds another at the same time in the same spray on the same afternoon. But it's not a lie. It's not a gimmick. It's not some miracle formula a company invented to sell you a bottle. It's basic plant chemistry that's been sitting on hardware store shelves for decades, completely ignored, while people spend their weekends on their knees pulling weeds by hand or dumping $40 bottles of name-brand herbicide on their yard every single spring. And before you go anywhere near this stuff, I need you to understand exactly why it works. Because if you skip the explanation and just start spraying blindly, you can absolutely mess up your lawn, your driveway, and your patience. So stick with me for the next few minutes. Once you understand the mechanism, you'll never look at a garden center the same way again. Here's something nobody tells you. Killing a weed is easy. Killing a weed without killing everything around it is the actual problem. You could go pour a kettle of boiling water on a dandelion right now, and it would be dead by morning. Salt works. Straight vinegar works. Bleach works. None of that is complicated. The complication is selectivity hitting the weed and leaving the grass standing. That's the entire multi-billion-dollar lawn care industry in one sentence. Selectivity, that's what you're actually paying for when you buy a name-brand weed and feed. You're not paying for something that kills weeds. You're paying for something that's been engineered and heavily marketed to kill weeds without wiping out your turf. Most products solve that problem one of 2 ways. Either you spot treat every single weed individually with a tiny sprayer, which takes hours and leaves you crouched over your lawn like you're diffusing a bomb, or you buy a synthetic broadleaf herbicide loaded with chemicals like 2,4-D, which works fine but runs you $20, $30, $40 a bottle, and a lot of people don't love spraying that stuff around their kids and pets. There's a third option. It's older than both of those approaches. Groundskeepers on golf courses have quietly used it for generations because it's cheap, it's effective, and it does something the synthetic sprays can't do. It actually improves the grass while it destroys the weeds. It's called iron sulfate. You'll also see it sold as ferrous sulfate, iron 2 sulfate, or under a completely different label at the garden center, lawn iron or moss killer. Same compound. Same mechanism, same ridiculously cheap price tag, usually somewhere between $3 and $6 for a bag that will last you an entire season. Here's the part that changes how you think about your lawn forever. When you dissolve iron sulfate in water and spray it across your yard, 2 completely different biological reactions happen at the exact same time, on the exact same lawn, from the exact same spray bottle. Reaction 1. The weeds absorb too much, too fast. Broadleaf weeds, dandelions, clover, plantain, chickweed, creeping Charlie all share one physical trait. Wide, flat leaves with a large surface area. That's great for photosynthesis, but it's also exactly what makes them vulnerable here. A wide leaf soaks up liquid fast. When that leaf gets hit with a concentrated iron solution, it absorbs way more than it can handle. The iron overwhelms the plant's cellular structure. Within a day, sometimes less, the leaf tissue starts breaking down. Within 2 days, the whole plant is black, wilted, and dying. Reaction 2. The grass gets fed, not hurt. Grass is a monocot. Its blades are narrow and upright, with a much smaller surface area relative to the size of the plant. It absorbs a fraction of the iron a broadleaf weed does, and what little it does take in isn't toxic, it's useful. Iron is a core building block for chlorophyll production. So while the weeds next to it are dying from an iron overdose, the grass is getting a light, beneficial dose of a nutrient it needs anyway. That's why lawns treated with iron sulfate come out visibly darker and greener within days. It's not a trick of the eye. It's chlorophyll. This isn't a workaround. It's not a folk remedy that happens to sort of work. It's straightforward plant biology, two different leaf structures reacting completely differently to the same input, and iron sulfate exploits that gap perfectly. If it's this cheap and this effective, why isn't it the first thing every garden center pushes on you when you walk in asking about weeds? Because there's no money in it. A $5 bag of iron sulfate that lasts a homeowner an entire season, maybe two, doesn't build a business. There's no recurring subscription in that. There's no 4-step seasonal treatment plan. There's no upsell. The entire lawn care industry, the branded sprays, the professional strength formulas, the guys who show up in a truck every 6 weeks, all of that depends on you needing to buy something over and over again. Iron sulfate doesn't need a marketing budget. It doesn't need a spokesperson. It just sits quietly on a bottom shelf labeled Moss Killer while people walk past it and spend $40 on something with a louder label. If you've been fighting dandelions every April for years and dumping money into bottles that barely make a dent, this is why. You've been sold the expensive answer to a cheap problem. If this is the kind of thing you want more of, real fixes instead of whatever the industry wants you buying this month, subscribe now, because every video on this channel is built around exactly that. No sponsors attached to this one, no affiliate link stuffed into the description, just the actual chemistry. And drop a comment telling me what's wrecking your lawn right now. Dandelions? Clover? Something worse? I want to know what you're up against. Now let's get into the part that matters, because the ratio is not something you want to eyeball. The mix. 1 cup of iron sulfate powder per 1 gallon of water. That's the whole formula. Stir it until it's fully dissolved and the water turns a dark amber. If you can still see powder sitting at the bottom, keep stirring. An uneven mix means uneven results. 1 gallon of that solution covers roughly 200 to 300 square feet, depending on how heavy your spray pattern is. A typical front yard usually needs somewhere around 3 to 4 gallons total. Scale up from there if your property is bigger. Use a pump sprayer, not a hose end attachment. A hose sprayer dilutes the mix unpredictably, and you lose control over the exact concentration hitting your lawn. A basic pump sprayer runs about $15 at any hardware store and gives you full control. Set the nozzle to a fine, even miss not a stream. You're coating leaf surfaces, not soaking the soil. Timing matters more than people think. Apply early morning or late evening, never during full sun in the middle of the day. Morning is best, because the natural dew already sitting on the leaves helps the solution stick instead of running off. And here's the rule you can't skip. Don't water the lawn, no hose, no sprinkler, for at least 24 hours after you spray. If rain is in the forecast within that window, wait for a drier stretch. The iron needs time to actually be absorbed through the leaf. Wash it off too early, and the weed survives. What you'll see, and when. Within 24 hours, the weeds start visibly changing. Leaf edges darken, curl inward, and take on a blackish tint. By 48 hours, most broadleaf weeds in your yard are dead or clearly dying. At the same time, look at the grass around them. It'll be noticeably darker green, not an overnight neon transformation, but a clear, visible shift. That's the iron feeding chlorophyll production exactly the way it's supposed to. One application handles most weed problems. If you're dealing with a heavy infestation, you can do a second pass 2 weeks later, but cap it at 3 applications per season. Iron sulfate slowly lowers soil pH with repeated use, and going past 3 treatments a season starts creating a different problem than the one you're solving. I'd rather tell you this straight than have you come back disappointed. Iron sulfate is excellent against broadleaf weeds: dandelion, clover, plantain, chickweed, henbit, creeping Charlie, ground ivy, daisy, anything with wide, flat leaves is vulnerable to this method. It is not reliable against grassy weeds. Crabgrass, quackgrass, goosegrass, annual bluegrass, these have narrow blades, biologically similar enough to your lawn grass that the iron can't tell them apart from the turf you're trying to protect. If crabgrass is your main enemy, this specific method isn't your answer. That's a pre-emergent conversation for another video. One bonus most people don't expect, it also kills moss. Moss is extremely sensitive to iron. A single application will turn moss black within hours. If you've got a shady corner of the yard that turns into a moss carpet every spring, this handles that too. It stains everything. Concrete, pavers, siding, clothing, skin the iron oxidizes on contact with hard surfaces and leaves a rust-colored mark that is genuinely difficult to remove once it sets. Be deliberate near the edges of your lawn. If any solution splashes onto a driveway or walkway, rinse it immediately. Seconds matter, not minutes. Wear clothes you don't care about and gloves, because bare hands will turn orange for a couple of days otherwise. Keep kids and pets off the lawn until it dries, usually 2 to 3 hours. Once dry, it's considered safe. Iron sulfate isn't toxic at lawn treatment concentrations, but wet solution on paws or bare feet can cause temporary staining and mild irritation. Check your soil pH before you start. If your soil is already below a pH of 6, skip this method or proceed cautiously. Iron sulfate acidifies soil slightly with every application, and starting from already acidic soil can push it into a range where grass struggles. A basic soil pH test kit costs about $4 and takes 5 minutes. If you're at or above 6, you're clear to apply up to 3 times a season. I want to give you a concrete before and after, because numbers make this real in a way that, trust me, it works, never does. Picture a front yard that's roughly 40% clover, not scattered leaves here and there, but thick mats of white clover choking out the grass in patches across the whole lawn. Hand pulling it works for about a week before it's back. Straight vinegar kills the clover, sure, but it also scorches the grass around it, leaving brown dead patches everywhere it splashes. Now picture mixing 1 cup of iron sulfate per gallon, spraying the entire front yard on a Saturday morning, a 15-minute job, not a weekend project. By Sunday, the clover is already darkening at the edges. By Monday, it's black and crisping up like it's been scorched, except nothing else was touched. The grass between the dead clover patches is visibly greener than it's been in years. 2 weeks later, the dead clover has broken down into the soil, and the grass has already started spreading into the open space on its own, no reseeding required. Because suddenly there's room and nutrients and zero competition. Total cost of the fix, about $2 worth of product from a $5 bag. Compare that to what most people spend fighting the same problem, $30 on vinegar sprays that half work, $25 on a branded selective herbicide that needs 3 separate applications, another $40 on knee pads, and a hand weeding tool because manual removal felt like the safe option. Call it close to $100 spent, and the weeds are still winning. $2 of iron sulfate ends it in 48 hours and improves the lawn in the process instead of just neutralizing a problem. It kills what's already growing. It does not stop new seeds from landing in your yard. If your neighbor's dandelions are still going to seed every spring, some of that is drifting onto your lawn no matter what you spray. Iron sulfate handles what's there right now. It's not a long-term prevention strategy on its own. The actual prevention strategy is a thick, dense, healthy lawn that doesn't leave bare soil or gaps for weed seeds to germinate in the first place. That's a mowing height and mowing frequency conversation, and it's the next piece of this system because none of these fixes work in isolation. The soil pH correction, this weed treatment, and the mowing technique that chokes out new weed growth before it starts all stack on top of each other. If you're not subscribed, you're missing pieces of a system that, put together, costs less than $20 a year and outperforms most paid lawn services. Hit subscribe, And in the comments, tell me what your worst weed problem is right now. I'll read through them and tell you whether iron sulfate is the right call or whether you need a different approach entirely. See you in the next one.